So, in a shock to absolutely nobody, the Connecticut Sun is for sale. In a shock to nobody at all. Because there's going to be provisions in the next CBA that the Connecticut Sun need to become competent as an organization, and they're not going to be. Not going to be. However, very strong chance someone goes, or the Celtics buy and it goes to Boston. That'll be my assumption. But, you guys did not see here. The Sun could raise capital through an LP stake, but the expectation is a control sale and likely franchise relocation. Franchise relocation here. And very likely Boston. Very likely Boston. Seems like huge opportunity. And that's the thing. Seems like a huge opportunity for a lot of groups. Spurned expansion. Candidates, people who want to skip an expansion process, owners who want a team, who want a Boston team, etc., to get involved in the W. Here's on whatever happens to some being quickly caught up facilities-wise. Boston awaits. Memphis could use a team. I want to read what Vanche has said because I just got paywalled in the article. The Sun could raise capital through an LP stake sale, but the expectation is a control sale and likely franchise relocation. There are multiple potential built-in buyers via the 10-plus groups who submitted bids during the expansion process. Okay. Which is also being run by Allen. Speculation has swirled around whether Mohegan Sun wanted to keep up with the current WNBA arms race with gaming, concerts, and hospitality, the primary businesses at the casino resort. The Sun playing the WNBA's smallest media market and host home games at 10,000 seater. 10,000 seaters isn't that bad. Huge news, likely franchise relocation. Did the other owners push them out? I don't think the other owners pushed them out. I think the players pushed them out. I think they know what's coming in the CBA. That would be my assumption, is that the CBA, there's going to be mandatory things in the CBA that they're not going to have. And this is the biggest news of the day. We have so many videos recorded today. We have so many. Today was an interesting day with just the whole WNBA with players getting cut. Serena Sundal getting cut. Deja Kelly getting cut. It's just a real interesting one. The Caitlin Clark hack footage being shown. And this is by far the biggest story today. Philadelphia. Boston should be a no-brainer. It just depends on who was looking for that expansion, though. It could be Cleveland. Moving to another state, somebody please bring them to Boston. Just put it in place, great facilities. There isn't 2 hours away from every place people live. This could also mean CBA talks are coming close. Yeah, that's my assumption is it's CBA. That would be my assumption. This should have been done 5 years ago. Move the team to Boston. Tatum, now's your time. Save the Sun and bring him to Boston. I've heard people talk about how they play in the middle of nowhere and they either need to relocate or sell the team and move. This and this was said to me by a fan of the Sun, so probably a good move for the league. Of course. I'm guessing. I don't understand why people with 60 followers pay for the blue check mark. I just stupidly have it on mine. I have it set to auto renew. I make a little bit more on Twitter than the blue check mark, but I had $1,500 waiting, and they were like, "You have $1,500 waiting. Join Twitter Blue to get it." And I signed up and got 1,500 quid. So definitely decent for me. But are the Connecticut Sun the move? No major surprise. Very interesting. And also, lads, this is coming from a pre-Elon Musk blue check. Pre-Elon blue check. But let's all buy the team together. The funny thing is, if this was 5 years ago, a bunch of fans could have came in and bought a team. If I knew what was going to happen, you better believe I'm very, very happy with the purchase of this house. I bought this house when I was 24 years old, and it's gone up about, I would say, it's probably risen 50% on the price that I paid. It's probably a 50% profit since then. But imagine if I'd just invested that money in a WNBA team. If I'd invested that money in the Atlanta Dream and sold my stake of the Atlanta Dream, I'm not joking when I say this. I would be in so much. I would have never have to work again. I'd never have to work again if I decided to do that. But obviously, you had to get in on that. The Seattle Storm sounds a good idea. Did a bunch of people buy the Storm? Actually, I was about to say, I was like, yeah, there's a load of people. And it's, to be fair, that's the way it is in a lot of things. Like, 49ers Enterprises own Leeds United, and like Larry Nance, a part owner, tear down his franchise been quick. Caitlin Clark should buy the team and go to Iowa. Imagine, obviously players can buy the team. But I feel for the Sun fan base now has to sweat potential relocation. The Mohegan tribe decided WNBA as worth buying into before its current growth explosion. Is terrific news for the sport as a whole. The players deserve top investment. 100%. 100%. Like, we're gone from like all the kids in that area of Connecticut having to be told or having to be upset because they were told Alyssa Thomas is no longer showing up to their birthday parties a few months ago, to likelihood a relocation and somebody looking to buy into it, one of the expansion cities. And obviously Boston was one of them. So Boston or Philly would be interesting. Obviously Golden State was a big one. Golden State was a big one. Obviously they had an expansion franchise. And I wonder, for saying the team was valued at 80 million last year, the expansion buy-in is 250 million. To have a franchise there already is minimum 250. It's minimum 250. It doesn't matter the smallest market because you can always move. You can always relocate. So it's a minimum of 250 million because it's a franchise that's there. Maybe 200 million because you don't have to like new franchise boost in a city. Maybe it costs to relocate, but minimum 200. Regardless of saying, oh, it's a like it's a big sale. It's gonna be way higher, way higher than 80. And yeah, madness, absolute madness. And who knows, maybe Marina Mabrey not wanting to leave was a great thing. Maybe Marina Mabrey not leaving is going to be a good thing, because this team is going to suck this year. They're not going to get a good draft pick. The Chicago Sky own their pick. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the Chicago Sky do own their pick. So it doesn't matter this year. But they can go next year with the 2-year draft rule, unless that changes. They tank it out this year and they stink next year too, and suddenly they're in the Juju sweepstakes. I would assume Juju Watkins is going to enter in 2027. Like, unless she play, I don't expect her to redshirt next year. Like, there's no point if you're Juju Watkins going in 2028 when there's a very solid chance that Sarah Strong is in the conversation for number one when you're guaranteed number one. But either way, maybe like if you're Juju Watkins, you don't want to go to Connecticut Sun, but if you are, maybe if it's Boston, or maybe if it's a like, I'm trying to think what other city it could be. Philadelphia, a bunch of other places. These top tier players would be happy to go there, and Connecticut's not even that bad. Just, it was a poverty franchise, so the fact it's being sold, huge, absolutely huge. Anyway, see you guys.